You've been planning this cruise for over a year. You've saved up, counted down the days, and finally you're walking down that corridor to your cabin. You open the door, drop your bags, and take a deep breath. Thump, thump, thump. That's when you realize you're directly above the nightclub, and it's only 3 p.m. By midnight, your dream vacation has turned into a sleepless nightmare. The bass is so loud your reading glasses are vibrating off the nightstand. You call guest services, but they're fully booked. You're stuck. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The difference between a perfect cruise and a ruined vacation often comes down to just one thing: your cabin location. And today, I'm revealing the 10 worst cabin locations that could absolutely destroy your cruise experience. I'm talking about cabins so bad, experienced cruisers would rather sleep in a lifeboat. But here's the good news: once you know these danger zones, you'll never book them again. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you're planning a cruise in the next year, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. I drop new cruise tips every week that could save you thousands of dollars and countless headaches. And if you know someone booking a cruise, share this video with them immediately. You might just save their vacation. Trust me, they'll thank you later. Let's get started. 1. Cabins near elevators or stairwells. Let's start with the most common mistake, and I see this all the time. Cabins near elevators or stairwells. Now you might think, oh, how convenient, I won't have to walk far. But let me tell you what really happens. Ding, that's 6 a.m., ding, 6:02, ding, 6:05. Those elevator bells, they never stop, ever. And it's not just the bells, it's the conversations at 2 a.m. from passengers coming back from the casino. It's the rolling luggage at 5 a.m. from early excursion groups. It's the crew members chatting during shift changes. A couple from Ohio last year, first-time cruisers both in their 60s. They specifically requested a cabin near the elevator because the husband had knee problems. By day 3, they were begging to switch cabins. The wife said, "We heard every single conversation. We knew who won at the casino, who had too much to drink, and whose marriage was in trouble all through our cabin walls." Here's your survival tip. When booking, look for cabins at least 4 to 5 doors away from any elevator or stairwell. Yes, you'll walk a bit more, but trust me, your sanity is worth those extra steps. And if you have mobility concerns, consider midship cabins on lower decks instead. Shorter walks to everything, without the noise nightmare. 2 cabins under the pool deck. Second on our list, and this one catches so many people off guard, cabins directly under the pool deck, also known as the Lido deck. You know what happens at 5:30 a.m. on the pool deck? The crew arrives, and they're dragging every single deck chair across that floor. Screech! 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 It sounds like they're rearranging furniture in a warehouse directly above your head. Then comes the pressure washing. Then the music starts. By 7 a.m., it's like trying to sleep under a water park. A woman from Florida, a retired teacher who'd been on 15 cruises. She said, "I thought I knew better, but I got cocky. Booked a great rate on deck 9 right under the pool. Day 1 of a 14-day cruise, and I knew I'd made a terrible mistake. The first morning I thought they were literally dropping anchors on my ceiling." But here's what the cruise lines won't tell you. It's not just the morning noise. All day long you're hearing kids jumping in the pool, splash, music from the pool band, announcements for activities, deck chairs being dragged around, late-night deck parties, your protection strategy. Check the deck plans carefully. Anything on deck 8 or 9, depending on the ship, directly under pools, hot tubs, or outdoor dining is a no-go zone. Look for cabins under indoor spaces like libraries, card rooms, or shops, much quieter neighbors above. 3. Cabins near nightclubs, theaters, or entertainment venues. And this is the big one: cabins above, below, or next to nightclubs, theaters, or entertainment venues. Modern cruise ships have impressive soundproofing. Impressive, but not miraculous. When that DJ drops the bass at midnight and you're trying to sleep 2 decks below, you'll feel every single beat. Boom, boom, boom. It's not just the sound, it's the vibration. Your whole cabin becomes a subwoofer. Pictures rattle on the walls. You can feel it in your chest. And here's the kicker. Entertainment runs until 2 or 3 a.m. on sea days. Quick pause if you're finding this information valuable. Smash that like button right now. It really helps other cruisers find this video. And seriously, if you have friends or family booking cruises, share this video on your Facebook or send them the link. You could literally save their vacation. Okay, back to the nightclub nightmare. A couple celebrating their 40th anniversary. They'd splurged on a balcony cabin, their first ever. Turned out it was directly above the main theater. Every night at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., showtime. The husband said, "We could follow the entire plot of the Broadway show through our floor. We knew every song, every dance number. By night 3, we were watching TV with subtitles because we couldn't hear over the tap dancing. But wait, it gets worse. It's not just the scheduled shows, it's late-night comedy clubs, dance classes during the day, rehearsals in the afternoon, DJ sets that run until 3 a.m., karaoke nights. Imagine bad singing vibrating through your walls. Here's your defense plan. Study those deck plans like your vacation depends on it, because it does. Look for entertainment venues, then count at least 3 decks up or down and avoid cabins directly in line. Also avoid cabins at the far forward or aft near these venues. Sound travels along corridors too. 4. Cabins at the front, bow, of the ship. Number 4, cabins at the very front of the ship, the bow. Now these often have amazing views, but here's what they don't advertise. Remember physics class? The bow of the ship is like the end of a seesaw. When the ship hits waves, the front goes up, then down, then up, then down. In calm seas, beautiful. In anything over 4-foot swells, you're riding a mechanical bull in slow motion. A gentleman from Texas told his horror story. We booked a forward cabin on deck 12. First night out, we hit some weather. My wife's coffee mug slid off the nightstand. Our clothes swayed in the closet like ghosts. I spent more time in the bathroom than the casino, and not by choice. But the motion isn't the only problem. Here's what else you're signing up for. Anchor noise at 5 a.m. when arriving at ports. Clang, 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 wind noise, and I mean howling wind. Spray hitting your balcony if you have one. Longer walks to everything. Dining, pools, theaters. More motion. Equal sign, more seasickness. Your stability solution. Book midship, between the 2 main stair towers. Deck 6 or 7, right in the middle. It's the ship's center of gravity, least motion, shortest walks to everything. Think of it as the sweet spot of cruise real estate. 5. Cabins at the back aft of the ship. Number 5 might surprise you. Aft cabins at the very back of the ship. Now I know what you're thinking, but aft balconies are huge, and those wake views. Yes, they're beautiful, but here's what Instagram doesn't show you. Vrr, vrr, vrr. That's the sound of massive propellers churning 24/7 right below you. It's like trying to sleep on top of a giant washing machine. The vibration never stops. Ever. A retired nurse from Michigan who'd booked an aft cabin for the balcony space. She said, "The first night, I thought something was wrong with the ship. I called maintenance. The nice young man explained it was normal propeller vibration." Normal? I felt like I was getting a full-body massage I didn't ask for. Here's what else comes with aft cabins. Engine vibration that rattles everything. Diesel fumes when the wind shifts. More motion in rough seas, you're at the end of the whip. Potential smoke from the funnel. Longer walks to forward venues. And here's the cruel irony. Aft cabins are often more expensive because of those big balconies. You're literally paying extra for discomfort. Your best bet, if you love wake views, book a cabin on the side of the ship, port or starboard, toward the aft. But not at the aft. You'll still see the wake without living on top of the engines. 6. Cabins with obstructed views. The heartbreaker, cabins with obstructed views. You paid for an ocean view or balcony, but instead you're staring at a lifeboat. This is where cruise lines get sneaky. They'll sell it as an ocean view or even a balcony, technically true. But they don't mention the giant orange lifeboat blocking 80% of your view. A couple from New Jersey shared their disappointment. We saved for 2 years for a balcony cabin. Our first morning we rushed to open the curtains for that ocean sunrise. Instead we got a close-up view of Lifeboat 7. We could see the ocean if we pressed our faces against the glass and looked sideways. Obstructed views come in many frustrating flavors. Lifeboats, the most common, tender boats, ship equipment, promenade decks, people walking by constantly, bridge wings, steel beams and support structures. The worst part? These cabins are often discounted only 10 to 20%, but your view is blocked 80 to 90%. That's not a bargain, that's a ripoff. How to avoid the heartbreak? Never book a cabin without seeing actual photos. The cruise line's website often uses representative photos code for the best cabin in that category. Check cruisecritic.com, search your ship name and cabin number. Previous cruisers post real photos. If you can't find photos of your specific cabin, that's a red flag. 7. Connecting cabins. Connecting cabins, also called adjoining rooms. These cabins have a door between them that can be opened if both rooms are booked by the same group. Sounds convenient for families, right? Here's the problem. That connecting door has the soundproofing quality of tissue paper. Real quick, are you getting value from this video? If you are, please take 2 seconds to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube shows this video to more cruisers when you engage with it, and I want to save as many vacations as possible. Plus, I've got a video coming next week about the best cabin locations that'll blow your mind. You don't want to miss it. Now back to those connecting cabin nightmares. You'll hear everything from next door. Their TV, every word. Their conversations, every word. Their, private moments, every word. Their alarm clock. Their snoring. Their arguments. A retired couple from Canada said, "We could hear our neighbor's entire life story. We knew about their kids, their jobs, their medical problems. By day 4, we felt like we should invite them to dinner. We already knew everything about them anyway. But here's what makes it worse. You have no control over who books the cabin next door. Could be a quiet couple. Could be a family with 4 kids under 10. Could be spring breakers. It's vacation roulette. The connecting door also means less wall insulation, potential for accidental door opening, shared ventilation, you'll smell their perfume cologne, zero privacy. Your privacy protection plan. When booking, specifically ask, is this a connecting cabin? If yes, move on. The convenience isn't worth the risk. If you must book connecting cabins for family, make sure you book both rooms. 8. Cabins under the buffet or galley. A sleeper problem literally. Cabins under the buffet or main galley areas. At 4 a.m., the breakfast prep begins, and I'm not talking about gentle cooking sounds. I'm talking about industrial mixers, rolling carts, hundreds of them, pots and pans clanging, crew members shouting orders, freight elevators running constantly. Clang! Roll, roll, roll! Clang! Beep, beep, beep. A woman from Arizona described it perfectly. It sounded like they were hosting a percussion concert every morning. I swear they were dropping pots from the ceiling. My husband started wearing his noise-canceling headphones to bed. The galley noise is 24/7 because cruise kitchens never close. 4 a.m., breakfast prep, 10 a.m., lunch prep, 3 p.m., dinner prep, 10 p.m., midnight buffet prep, 1 a.m., cleaning and restocking, plus galleys are hot. That heat rises, or in this case, sinks. Cabins below often run 3-5 degrees warmer. Your quiet zone strategy. Look for cabins under shops, libraries, or card rooms. These spaces close at night and have minimal daytime activity. Avoid any cabin under restaurants, buffets, or bars. When in doubt, go lower. Deck 4 is usually safer than Deck 8. 9. Guarantee cabins. The gambler's special guarantee cabins. The cruise line promises you'll get at least the category you paid for, but they choose your exact cabin. Sounds like a deal, right? Sometimes you even get upgraded. Here's the reality: you usually get the cabins nobody else wanted. I've seen guarantee passengers end up in cabins next to the anchor, cabins under the nightclub, cabins with obstructed views, cabins at the very end of dead-end corridors, cabins near crew areas. A retired banker from Boston learned this the hard way. We booked a guarantee balcony, thinking we might get lucky with an upgrade. We got a balcony all right, partially obstructed under the pool deck next to the crew laundry, the trifecta of terrible. Here's why guarantee cabins are risky for seniors. You might end up far from elevators, no control over motion-sensitive locations, can't avoid noise zones, might get multiple flights of stairs from dining, zero ability to research your cabin ahead. The upgrade rarely happens on popular sailings. You're more likely to get the cabin that 500 other passengers looked at and said, no thanks. Your control strategy? The small savings, usually 5 to 10%, isn't worth the risk. Book a specific cabin you've researched. If you must book a guarantee, only do it on ships you know well, where you understand even the worst locations. Our final cabin disaster, number 10, cabins near crew areas or passenger laundry rooms. Crew members work 7 days a week, 10 to 14 hours a day. They need to blow off steam. And their crew bar, it might be 1 deck below your cabin. Their crew mess could be next door, but it's not just parties. It's crew members coming off shift at 2 a.m., doors slamming, heavy fire doors, service elevators running all night, laundry machines running 24/7, maintenance work during off hours. A couple from Ohio shared their experience. We were next to a door marked crew only. Every 20 minutes slam all night long, we counted. Between midnight and 6 a.m., that door slammed 147 times. Yes, we counted. We weren't sleeping anyway. Passenger laundry rooms are equally problematic. Washing machines running at 3 a.m., dryers buzzing, people coming and going at all hours, the smell of detergent, potential flooding issues. Your investigation strategy: study deck plans for doors marked crew only or service areas. Avoid cabins near any restricted access. There you have it, 10 worst cruise cabin locations. Don't forget to subscribe for more cruise tips and hacks.